long, and you take it and you couldn't, it was like concrete. You couldn't eat it. But we did take out a K-bar knife. It was a knife we all had, and whittled it, and put it in a canteen cup, added a little water, and I'll tell you about water later. And we had hot chocolate. That's what we used. So, yes, the Japanese didn't have as much food as we did. Many of them starved. Water, we were very fortunate, folks, in that we had engineers that made water, drinkable water for us from seawater through 2 desalination plants that they set up on Iwo Jima. So we had water, it wasn't very tasty, but it was drinkable. Did the Japanese have water? Not much. They had concrete cisterns on those about this square and, you know, scooped out and to catch rainwater. Well, if it didn't rain, they didn't drink. And they were hurting deeply for lack of water. So it was a problem for them, and unfortunately we had our desalination plants, and our K rations, which we didn't like very well, and C rations. But what they ate, I honestly don't know. I guess they had something. But it was a good question. Thank you. Okay, any other questions, anyone that I can answer that you might have relative to the battle for Iwo Jima? Yes, sir.
The gear that you carried when you got off the Higgins boat?
Yes, sir.
How much weight did every Marine basically carry with them?
Yes, that's called 782 gear. We carried either a barrel of machine gun or mortar tube. I had an M1 rifle and pack, canteens, 1 bandolier of ammunition this way, 1 bandolier of 30 caliber ammunition for my rifle this way, and then a cartridge belt full of cartridges, 30 caliber cartridges. Roughly, we estimated at about 60 pounds, roughly. This was not very good to climb up 3 ridges, which are just beyond the beach on Iwo Jima, because it was loose sand, and with your added weight of your body weight plus roughly 60 pounds, we were, as I said earlier, we were crawling, clawing through that stuff. You'd sink up to your ankles, but somehow we made it, and they kept going and going in spite of many, many casualties. As I said before, folks, it was the bloodiest battle in the history of the United States Marine Corps. Okay, any other questions, anyone? Yeah?
What was your pay?
That was $50 a month. Our pay was, because I was a private, that's what you got when you went in, $50 a month. But that's not the whole story. Many of us had families at home who were helping, and they had a dependency allotment. And that you would take, they would take a certain amount out of your pay, and they would add to it. The government add to it and send a check to your home. So I ended up with about $32 a month. And really, what could I do with it? You know, we were in there fighting, shooting people, and trying to stop being killed and all that. So it was certainly a limited amount, but we didn't have any place we could spend it anyway. Yes?
Did you, the famous flag picture, did you see that? Did you see them doing the flag? The Iwo Jima, the famous picture?
Yes, the famous, probably the most famous picture of folks of World War II, shot by Joe Rosenthal, Associated Press, of the second flag raising. There were 2 flags, and the second one was a larger one, and yes, this is the one we all seen, the picture of it. And I saw the first one. I did not actually, I wasn't looking towards the mountain, 550-foot Mount Suribachi. I was doing something else. But I did see the flag when it went up. I am roughly a mile from it, and yes, we just went crazy. We cheered, we hollered, we fired weapons in the air, the horns and bells on ship went off. It was amazing how it had converted to the enthusiasm that our troops displayed, seeing our flag on Mount Suribachi. Now, folks, this is the first flag, and it was not very big, so the one when I saw it was only about like that. I wasn't near enough to see it up close. But yes, I did see the flag, but not see it actually go up. So, but the second one, of course, you all seen the pictures of that movie. John Wayne was Sands of Iwo Jima and all that. So it was quite an exciting moment, and it's a moment, folks, that I'll never forget as long as I live, to see that flag flying, our American flag, on top of Mount Suribachi. Anyone else?
I've got one more.
Sure.
When you came home, did you experience anything like PTSD like our guys have now?
Yes, good question. We had we didn't know what that was, what you just mentioned. We call it shell shock. And I was very fortunate in that I was wounded, and as I said, they shot a lot of morphine in me, but no, I did not experience that except on very brief occasions. I was on a hospital, I was in a cot on the island of Guam, and in a tent. There's an army hospital, a bunch of tents and a bunch of cots. And I woke up somehow. I was screaming because Japanese soldiers were on top of me. Now, I had just gotten out of battle, wounded, and they were on top of me, shoving their bayonets in me. I remember that. And the nurse was excellent. She immediately went over, and of course, another shot of morphine in my arm. And I went right to sleep. But I do remember that because it was very traumatic. But I was lucky, that's about it. That's the worst occasion I had following combat. And I did go back to Korea in 1951 and 52 and fight with the 1st Marine Division for 1 year in Korea. But that was a much different story other than World War II. Good question. Okay, anyone else? All right. Okay, well again, thank you all very much. It's a privilege to be here. I appreciate having the opportunity to tell you what I've been able to relate to you. I hope it had some meaning to you, but all I can say is God. Oh, wait, did you have a question? Oh, okay. All I can say is God bless you and God bless America. Thank you very much.